Hey everyone, this is Mike Robertson of RobertsonTrainingSystems.com, and I'm here in this video today to help out my boy Joe Hashey. Tells me a lot of his guys love to sprint, and if you love to sprint, you know the worst thing about sprinting is the possibility of pulling or popping a hamstring. Never fails. The worst time, you know, you're getting beast mode in the gym, you're getting lean, sprints feel awesome. That's when you pop a hamstring. So what we're going to talk about here today are a couple of the reasons that you may pull a hamstring in the first place. Then I'm going to give you 2 exercises that you can start incorporating right now today to start making those hamstrings as bulletproof as possible. So there's a lot of reasons that you may pull a hamstring in the first place. A lot of times people will say, well, you lose ankle range of motion. But one of the biggest things that I see personally is that somebody loses control of their pelvis. And what happens is you fall from a more neutral pelvic position into a position of anterior tilt or a lumbar lordosis. So you get this really deep back. And when that happens, your hamstrings end up getting stretched out. They attach to the bottom of your pelvis, and when they're stretched out and long, that's a really opportune time for you to pop a hamstring. So that's one reason. But also when you get in that really anteriorly tilted pelvic position, that also screws up this balance front to back between your quads and your hamstrings. So when you're up and running, you know, a lot of times people are very quad dominant. You're up, you're running, and you get to extend that knee so these quads turn on, and you don't have that eccentric hamstring strength to control it. You can't control the motion, so you get out here and pop, there goes your hamstring. So some of the most beneficial things we found are, number 1, starting to rebuild core control, and then number 2, getting those hamstrings strong eccentrically so that you can control those quads. So I got 2 exercises. Let me set it up and we'll get going. Alright guys, so the first exercise we're going to work on here, it looks pretty simple, but it's just what I call a core engaged or band resisted dead bug. The goal here is to really try and regain core control or pelvic control so that when you are up and running, you're in a more neutral pelvic position and you're less likely to pop a hammy. So what you guys are going to do here, take a band, doesn't matter what tension you have, you're going to put the band over your abdomen or over your chest just a little bit. And what I want you to do, if you're really tough, go ahead and put your feet in the air, and there's 2 components to the setup. Think about exhaling hard, that's going to bring your ribs down, and then think about rocking your pelvis back ever so slightly. So you're going to use your abs to rock that pelvis back. This is your starting position. Your back should be nice and flat on the ground. From this position, think about pressing through the heel and then coming back. Press through the heel and then come back. If you're a real boss, extend, get long through that leg. Press long. It doesn't look like a very challenging exercise, guys, but I guarantee if you do that right, you get the upper and the lower abs turned on and facing each other. So you've got a really nice neutral pelvis and a non-extended lower back. I guarantee it's going to feel awesome. So that's exercise number 1. Number 2, we're going to show you guys how to get the most out of those hamstrings. Alright guys, the second exercise that we're going to use or that we're going to work on is something for your hamstrings. Now remember what I said up front. It's not just having strong hamstrings. What's really most important is, number 1, getting your pelvis in a neutral alignment, and then number 2, being able to control those hamstrings eccentrically. So being able to control them as they lengthen out. So I know people love glute ham raises, I love them as well, but quite frankly most people can't do them well the first time they do them. So I would much rather you start with a ball, learn how to actively control your hamstrings first, and then as you get stronger and stronger, move into a glute ham raise progression. So what you're going to do, this is just your standard ball leg curl, few subtle tweaks. Set yourself up, heels on the ball. Exhale hard so you got your abs. From there, keep your abs. Bring the heels, or excuse me, bring the glutes up and the hips up. Hold this position, and then from here pull in, and then slowly 3 to 5 seconds control those hamstrings back out. So pull in, control the pelvis, abs, 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 control. I guarantee this is going to be a lot harder than what you guys are used to. If that variation's too easy, by all means, go both legs in and then lower with one leg. That's going to be even more challenging. And again, once you guys master this, feel free to get into glute ham raise progressions. But if you guys can learn to control your pelvis and you guys can learn to control your hamstrings and get your hamstrings stronger relative to your quads, I guarantee you're going to be sprinting healthy for years to come. So I hope this helps you guys out. Again, I'm Mike Robertson. Take care and good luck with that training.